Okay folks, it's Wayne here again with the River Hobo, and we're back down at the pond. Gonna catch some more brim to do another flathead fishing trip. Had some comments, people said, why don't you tell some stories or something? Your videos are kind of boring. So I'm gonna catch a few brim, tell a few stories, and maybe go catch a big flathead tonight. So stick with me. Okay, I got basically the same setup as the last short video. It's got a gold hook, slip float, just a little knot. I ain't even got it trimmed off, just for the float, little bead, the float just come up. That's about the depth we'll be fishing. The pond's down today. Looks like the drain pipe was stopped up before and they got it unstopped, so it's down several feet. So we can get out of the grass and get down here to the edge of it. Try to catch a few brim. Putting a very good cast. And I think maybe today the wind might cooperate and you can actually hear a little bit of the video. There's one. About perfect size. Except he swallowed the hook. Put him in the bucket. Might have to adjust the float a little bit since the pond's down, because that swallowed the hook before I knowed he was even biting. There he is. Oh yeah. Yeah. Perfect. I can remember back when this pond was built, me and my dad, which that's another story I'm going to get into. We come down here, we put some crappies in it. They wanted some crappies, so we put about 60 crappies in it. Yeah, there's another one if I can get him in. And we would come down here in March, April, and we'd catch crappies out of this thing, 15, 16 inches long, pound, pound and a half, 2 pounds. Just using little white hair jigs with pink heads on them, just diddling. There's a rock on the other side of the pond. My dad would just stand there and just diddle that little crappie jig down around in front of that rock and catch them crappies. And man, he loved that. And I loved doing it with my dad. I sure miss him. People ask me, why you call yourself the River Hobo? A long time ago, it was a country song. I think even Grateful Dead covered it one time. It was called Catfish John Was a River Hobo. And my dad was John, so I always called him Catfish John. So I just took up the name the River Hobo. So that's why I call myself the River Hobo, mainly because my dad loved that song, and I just did it, just memory of my dad. Get the bait back down here. Split shot slid down a little bit. It's a beautiful day today. Maybe should have just went crappie fishing. Man, I love catching them big flatheads, and it won't be long and they'll be kind of spawning, so you better catch them while I can. And the way I like to crappie fish is shoot docks, and it just seems like to me when it gets hotter on over in the summer, crappies like to get under the docks more in the shade, so we got plenty of time to make crappie videos. So right now I'll just make crappie catfishing videos. Well, that's a little one, but he'll be a good one for cut bait. I usually, if you've seen any of my videos, you notice I use a lot of rods, but I like to have a variety, so I usually use 5 or 6 with cut bait and 5 or 6 with live bait. And it gets a little hectic when I'm by myself, but that's part of the fun of catfishing. There's a good one. Perfect. If he hadn't swallowed the hook, that's perfect. I can just see a big 30-pound flathead chasing him down tonight, I hope. Some people's asked me, why do you make your videos by yourself? And it ain't because I don't have plenty of people that like to go, and I love taking people. A lot of times when you're flathead fishing, I'll go all night, and it's not many people want to stay up all night, so, and I don't blame them. But I'll have some people in the catfish videos later on. Maybe even take somebody tonight. And another reason is I really enjoy fishing by myself. I enjoy the solitude. It's not as, I don't know if nerve-wracking is the right word, because I enjoy having company, but I don't like having to worry about whether they're being happy or whether fish are biting, and I can go or move when I want to and try new things that even if they don't work out, you know, at least I know that I tried them. But when I take somebody, I always feel like I need to put them on fish pretty quick or they'll get bored. I just enjoy being out on the lake at night while the crowd's down, and you can just sit out there and do some thinking. And the way the world's going today, a man needs to do some thinking, because, man, I worry about it. I really do. We've taken God out of everything. Everything. School, work, politics. Man, I just worry about this world. I worry about the kids. I mean, you can't say or do anything anymore without being critiqued. And just things you don't even mean when you say it. People just pick it to death. And it's just a scary situation. Scary world right now. Here's another one, pretty good one. That little rascal, how did he get that thing swallowed to deal? I think we can save him. Oh yeah. They're biting it fast. Like I say, you don't really want to let them run with it too long, because they'll swallow those little hooks. The water down like it is on this pond, and the bank's kind of exposed, would be a good time to try to get some bullfrogs. Man, it's been a long time since been frog gigging and had some fresh frog legs. We used to do it all the time. Me and my dad, my Uncle James, my cousin Wesley, and nobody fried frog legs like my Uncle James. There's one escaped the bucket. Kinda got the camera off there. We would stay out. We would hit farm ponds, little creeks, get a 15 or 20 frogs, and a lot of times it'd be 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning when we come in. My uncle would cook them right then. You can buy frog legs at the fish camp, but they still are nothing like the frog legs you can get fresh. And you don't have the fun of getting them. That's half the fun. I mean, get out here. And I remember one time we was in a little creek, not much bigger than the boat. And either my uncle or my dad shot a snake and get it very good, and that snake come all the way and got in the boat, and we went out the other side. So that's memories you just never forget. Several times going around these ponds, you'd have big bass or something. You'd get close to the banks and scare them. Have bass jump in the boat with you. So that was fun. There's a good brim right there. Just memories. Every time I come to a place like this, it just brings back good childhood memories. It's just a shame. Man, I have to turn the bucket around. Rascals are all getting out of there. That's a little better. I can tell you, kids just don't grow up like we used to. I mean, we were fishing, doing something outside, playing outside all the time. Our dads was taking us fishing about every weekend. And, playing baseball, basketball with the neighbors. Now kids, I mean, they set them in front of a video screen and that's where they stay, and it's just terrible. I mean, I know I ain't putting down the videos, I like playing them, but man, you need kids, parents, you need to take your kids out, have some memories, get them outside, do something with them. They'll remember that long more than they'll remember the video games and things you buy them. Just life experiences like this go a whole lot longer than just buying kids stuff, and just spend time with them. There's one. Seem to be just a little bit average, a little bigger size today. That's good, real good. I was telling, I don't know if I cut it out on video or not, but a farm pond like this, it doesn't hurt to take brim out of them because they reproduce in a hurry. When you got them this small in there, there's too many. So it didn't hurt. Take as many as you want because they reproduce in a hurry. I've got a wireless mic coming for my GoPro, so hopefully that's going to help a lot of the sound problems I have. I don't understand. I'll edit them, and I get the sound turned up with the editing site I have, and it sounds good. It sounds good when I listen to it on my phone or And then when I download them to YouTube, I can't hear them. I know you can't hear them. Just a couple times, like the last video when I caught that one big flathead, just so happens I had a mic that was hooked pretty close to the rod holder that I was fishing, so you got to hear a little bit of that. But of course, then again, you may not want to hear my redneck kind of nasally voice all the time either, because it ain't like I sound like Frank Sinatra or something. But I can't help it. That's how the Lord made me. Blooper reel there. Just in a hurry to get back out there. I was having a string here. It was 3 casts in a row with one. 4 casts in a row. Come on. 5 casts in a row. I would tell you another little funny story. I had another pond like this I used to go down to and do the same thing. Me and my wife was down there catching brim like this. My father-in-law, Sonny, come down. He sat there a little while and he watched me catch brim just like this, just about every cast. He's let me do that. I said, all right. He threw it out there and he waited and he waited and he waited. I don't think he ever caught a brim. He finally just got upset and gave me the rod back. I think the first cast I caught a brim. But I'm not saying I'm just good at catching brim. I'm just saying my father-in-law ain't very lucky. Except for having a son-in-law like me now. That's pretty lucky. Hope that didn't swallow it. There we go. So that's about 7 casts in a row. 8 casts in a row. There's a fight on the corner. Oh, come on, buddy. Why did you have to swallow that? You perfect. Yep, they're a winner streak. Guess I can just get one out of this shallows, just real slow. Yep. 8 in a row. Ain't gonna be no world record or nothing. That's pretty good. Starting to get hot. Should have come a little earlier. It was cloudy. I was too lazy to get up. But I did bring my little boonie light hat today, because last time I was down here doing a video, I got sunburnt. And it don't take much. I can get sunburnt standing in front of a lamp, as red-headed freckles I am. So it's best for me. If I'm out on the water much, I'll wear sunscreen and I'll wear a boonie hat. Because I ain't worried about pressing nobody. I sure ain't trying to press the ladies, because I already got a good lady at home that lets me do this all the time. So I pretty much got it made. Man, these little things are pretty and plentiful. And whoever said they wanted to hear me talk more in the videos, you're probably thinking, I wish they'd shut up now, because most people don't know that I like to talk. Because for years, I was shy. Never said much of nothing. And something happened. And now I don't never shut up. There he is. Lord, if you hadn't done this, it's fun. That sucker swallowed that hook. Sure as world. Oh, he come out pretty easy. There's another. This don't feel much. He's not. Matter of fact, he's gonna get a pass today. Go grow up, buddy. There's another. He ain't much bigger, but he's not getting a pass. Well, maybe he will. Boy, I hadn't hit it before I could even get the rod up. got the bait too. And the breeze is starting to get up just a little bit. Makes it a little bit harder to catch them. There's one. Boy, ain't that pretty. Come on, buddy. Let me have my bait back. Thank you. Whoa, where are you throwing that one? There, he's one over there. Something I didn't notice before until I was listening to the video editing it the other day, but that float and that split shot, heck, that makes your own natural little rattle. Look at that. And that attracts them. It don't take much. A lot of times a bream just hears the float, the splash from the float hitting in the water, and it attracts them like that right there. All right, we're gonna keep it up. I'm gonna try to get about another 20 of them, and we might just go see if we can catch another flathead tonight. So stay tuned.